On this episode of the No Chill Podcast, we're joined by one of the most sensationally talented players of his era, Josh Christopher. He's a top-rated, super skilled incoming freshman headed to Arizona State. Only he isn't planning on staying there long. Josh has all the tools and ability to go to the league early and make an impact. For the kid that goes by Jaygup, he's not only looking to make it, he's working to be great. As Gil sees it, wanting to be an all-timer means you're already on your way there. At this point, building on a solid foundation over the next year will get Josh primed for the jump. Also, as a Cali kid, Josh is made to shine when he gets there. If you haven't seen Josh, get familiar and get ready to watch a few more Arizona State games next year. It's a No Chill Podcast. Remember, you can get every episode as soon as they come out on the Himalaya app or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, be sure to check out the video version on the No Chill YouTube channel. And don't forget, every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, No Chill with Gilbert Arenas on Fubo TV. Welcome back to No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. I'm Mike Botticello. He is Gilbert Arenas.
How you doing?
Hello, Gilbert.
I still don't even know your last name like that, though. Because
You're just amazed that it's Italian. And
yeah, I just, you know, it's something with a B.
Some things never cease to amaze. And today, Gil, we have Josh Christopher in the house.
Yes,
Literally in the house. We're in Gilbert's house.
For sure.
These are different times
For sure.
now, but welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
So we got something to get into here, Gil. But before we do, let's go through Josh's resume. You're a 5-star recruit incoming to Arizona State. You were at Mayfair here in Lakewood, California. Senior season stats, Gil, 29.2 points per game, 8 rebounds, 3.9 assists, and 3.1 steals.
I think it was 11 rebounds.
Ooh.
11 rebounds?
I think, yeah, it was 11.
Oh, we didn't have playoffs in there.
Yeah, no,
Because it was
11.
different seasons. So you guys went to the CIF semifinals, and then Corona happened, and the postseason got shut down.
I finished my season. We lost in the semis. But yeah, our season ended early. It was before Corona.
But there were no
hit.
champions this year.
No,
except for
regionals, yeah. And CIF, Southern Section and regionals, they did that.
I wouldn't know nothing about none of that. You know, I was first round and I was out every year.
But I
was out every year, first round.
What you would know, Gil, and this is what I wanted to get into, Arizona State.
I know. I was like, man, who goes to Arizona State, bro?
So we talked about where you were going, and he didn't really say anything, and I just kind of knew there was something boiling underneath this. So what do you got to say, Sun Devils?
Hey, listen. I mean, to be honest, it was no rival. They sucked. They had Eddie House in them, but we just smashed on them. There wasn't really competition for us to actually be rivals with. Our rivals was Stanford, you know. That was pretty much it. Other than that, you know, them Devils didn't really do much to entertain us.
Nobody wants to be in Tucson.
True, that was true.
Nobody wants to be in Tucson.
We used to drive up to Tempe all the time, though. We're not even gonna lie.
Sure.
We're not even gonna lie.
Tempe is the spot.
You know, we did.
Tempe is the spot.
Okay, so what went into the decision?
Well, for one, I wanted to play with my brother again. He's a sophomore there, so, you know, to be able to reunite with him. Bobby Hurley, that's guard you. And, you know, they push the pace. I think I do well in the fast break transition. You know, the faster we're playing, the more possessions we get, the more we can score the ball, the more points we put on the board. And then I think it'll just be fun to be closer to home. I didn't want to go too far. I'm a Cali kid, so, you know, I didn't want to go somewhere all the way in the East Coast and be homesick. So being comfortable is important to me as well.
That's a smart decision. I always ask, you know, college kids, what made you go to that school? Name, and then you said it, style. More possessions. It means everyone gets to eat. Everyone looks good. Everyone has a chance, you know, to make it. And that's, you know, when your style is up and down, that's exactly the type of systems you want to be in. You don't want to be in some half-court system just because, you know, they got this name on them. Like, nah, if that doesn't fit my style, I'm going to get lost in it.
That's right.
You know, so the fact that you said that you picked it because of the style of play and, you know, named everything that has to do with what's going to make you look great is very smart.
It's a big decision. It was a hard decision, but I think I made the right
Well,
one.
because you said Cali kid, so SC, UCLA, I know they were options.
Yeah, but, you know, family comes first. I wouldn't go to another school in the Pac-12 with my brother being at ASU. Like, I wasn't going to do that. That's weird.
You know,
Well, it could go the other way, your rivals.
what's so funny is It's hard. It's hard to get a West Coast kid to really leave the West Coast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't put me in California that want me to go somewhere far where it's snowing. Like, that's tough. You can do it.
That is like people don't understand. That's a real thing that West Coast kids, they'll rather go to Fresno, little schools here before they go East Coast.
Even Arizona is pretty much West Coast.
Yeah, that's cool.
Western. It's not on the coast.
It's West Coast.
It's like Cali minus the beach. Maybe a little hotter, but like same stuff.
Pools, lakes.
Right.
But also you touched on the important factor as a coach too, that you want to know the program that you're going into. I would think that any coach would tell you, oh yeah, come here, you get the ball more, we'll play your style of game. Not always the case.
That is usually, something that a player and a parent has to see through. Because, if you're a 5-star, they're going to tell you whatever you want to hear. You know what I mean? They're going to tell you that, but all you do is just look at the system. Like, is this coach really going to change his whole system just for me being a one and done or two? Like, is he really going to do it? Nah.
No, you got to watch for yourself.
So you got to watch for yourself and see how they play, see how many plays go for the shooting guard. Is it a guard offense? Is it a big man offense? You got to really, pay attention instead of just looking at, okay, I want this name. I want, it's like I told a college kid, like, even though I hate Duke, I go to Duke. What pro success have those guys actually had? Like Kyrie Irving by himself tops every Duke player that's ever been there in an All-Star game. If you take out Grant Hill, there's not, the other 95 players don't have more All-Star games than him.
Right.
That says a lot. Like, no matter what names you get, whatever you're doing for those 9-10 months in college does not translate in the NBA for some reason. And those are the types of things I look at.
Right.
When I'm looking at, colleges, like, for your skill set, what type of players are they generating? And when they transfer, how does that game transfer? Because 8 months of a game can really, it can really like hurt you or make you.
Right.
But I think, first of all, he hates Duke, so he's
I
going to throw something at him.
I don't blame you.
Well, well, the thing about Duke, I think Coach K has progressed to where you think, look at some of the guys that he had.
Trash.
Jason Tatum.
Has he made the All-Star game yet? And that's my guy.
I know he is. That's why I threw him at you. Zion.
Hasn't made the All-Star game yet. No. I'm just saying.
But look at this wave that's coming pretty much, you could probably say, since Kyrie.
No All-Stars.
Future stars.
No All-Stars. Trust me, I didn't do the research.
I know you did, because again, you hate Duke. But the point is, you look at Duke and then a program like Kentucky, which I would say is just a major feeder for the NBA.
Yeah, it also depends on where the kids come from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look at All-Stars and all NBA players, they're West Coast kids for the most part. 80% of so the West Coast produce the most NBA players. They produce the better of the. Then you have Chicago falling in second. Jersey overtook New York. You got the Atlanta boys. You got the DMV, and then you got Toronto.
I would say DMV over Atlanta at this point.
They're fighting.
Look at the list.
Because you got all of Georgia, so you got all the country Bamas. That's what we call them. But Cali has the all-around game because of the weather. So we can play outdoors, indoors. We can play all year round versus everyone else.
So you were a Cali kid at one. You're a Cali man now. I guess we call you Cali. Are you an OG at this point? You're just like a.
On which part?
Does anybody call you OG yet? That's when you know you're getting old.
That's when you know you're getting old. Yeah. No, when they call you Unc, like, damn.
Are you getting that?
It's over.
Are you getting
like,
that?
I'm in the Unc, like, they call it Uncle Snoop Unc, and someone called me Unc. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, hold on. There's like some steps
Snoop's
before
like,
I get that.
he's in his 50s, but I
know.
don't think you're Unc category yet.
Okay, cool.
Maybe. But you're a Cali kid.
Right.
So as a Cali kid, what is that? Like, speak to that.
I mean, I could put on some pink pants. Like, kids from the East Coast can't do nothing like that. If you ask me, I think that's the base. I think we just had that swag. Like, I think we just have that extra swag. We could walk into a gym, I could wear a chain, I could have a smile on my face, and then still come doggy work. and they're gonna have a problem with. I feel like Cali kids, we don't really care. We do what we want. We play. We go home. I feel like it makes other people mad. I feel like that nonchalant character about Cali kids, like that's just us. I think we carry
I
that.
think that swag boils down to what? Confidence.
Yeah,
you know,
for
that's
sure.
another way of saying that. So, but it's like over the top confidence. But on the basketball court, doesn't matter.
It doesn't
You know,
matter.
you
It
have a
doesn't
uniform
matter.
on. Doesn't matter if your shorts are up, you know, rolled up high.
Because
Or,
there's so much talent. There's so much talent here that when you get to the top of that, you know you are at the top. So when you go play East Coast, yeah, they might be grimy and they all fierce and stuff, but when it comes to just natural talent,
We're
they,
better. It's just basketball. It's just
you just
basketball.
gonna dribble around and
it
stuff.
was a different
you can't
era.
shoot or nothing.
We were talking earlier today about Timberlands. Like you don't see Timbs out here in LA.
nobody
LA is
wearing them.
Vans and
Nobody's
Chucks.
wearing them.
But think of that, the big boots back 90s though. It was just a
No, that
different
was
era of
never-
basketball.
No, we didn't wear that here.
I know you didn't, but New York players, guys coming from near Marbury, Sham guys,
They
like
probably still wear boots.
yeah, they for sure do.
No, we don't wear no boots, and we want Chucks, and we got the nice little
I'm not wearing
95s.
But I think
and-
to put your finger on it, the mindset of like the East Coast toughness, the grittiness, right? And LA, what it is, you just said is swag. It's confidence. And you have to be a character. So more than ever, I think that's welcomed as a player, is to be a character.
I think it translates better too, realistically, and we can shoot the ball better.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's what we have the best all-around game.
Without a doubt, 100%, 110%.
And it's a hometown bias. I'm a
It's not hometown bias. It's
That's
stats.
not.
It's
That's
facts.
those
He's
are-
from New
these are
York,
facts.
where they just dribble around and do
Yeah,
nothing with
that's
the ball.
facts.
That's his city. They just want to dribble around, dribble the shot clock out. Like that gonna translate. See, that's a problem with New York basketball. What they do in high school does not translate anywhere else. So you can have this one guard that can just dribble the clock out. 30, 32 minutes just dribbling. When you get to college, there's a shot clock, goddammit. Now you got to change your whole game. Then in the NBA, there's another shot clock that's even lower than that one, and you have never prepared for none of that because you was too busy just dribbling. You don't know how to finish games 3, 2, 1. You ain't doing that in the backyard because you're too busy dribbling. That's why they fell off. Last 20-something years, Kemba Walker is the best player that ever came out of New York. Kemba Walker.
Kyrie, well, so
No, Kyrie's
New Jersey, so New Jersey doesn't count. Tri-state area.
Nope. New York, you got Kemba and Lance Stevenson. It's the 1 and 2.
Cole Anthony now.
Who?
Cole Anthony.
Who?
You know who Cole
He
Anthony
didn't get drafted yet.
He's in the NBA?
He's coming, yeah.
He's in the NBA?
When the draft happens, yes.
Oh, okay. I mean, just whew.
I'm just
bump your brakes.
I'm just anointing that was the next New York.
Okay, just bump your brakes. You just can't give everybody this. You got what's the name? And Lance. That's
I guess I mean I've never really heard you do this before. You don't want to name stars ahead of time. No Jason Tatum yet until he's an All-Star. No Zion until he's an All-Star. But
Iverson would look at me in my face until I made the All-Star game. Like you'd be talking to him, he'd be like, damn,
Yeah, that's
bro.
sick. Yeah, that's sick.
Damn, bro. You won't even look a man in his face when he asks you a question? Has glasses on looking right through you, bro.
Yeah, that's foul.
do you feel that different for you now?
Nah, I feel like I might go with him. Like I gotta see it.
Yeah.
I gotta see it. That's just what it is.
This is the best thing about basketball is when you get to the big level, it's all placement. You know what I mean? It's all placement and the hunger, the will to want it, the will to get better. Because what people don't understand is it'll be the first time in your life where you have so much free time.
So much free time?
So much free time. That's what you have. You wake up, eat your breakfast, don't eat your breakfast, go to practice at 10 o'clock, you back in your car by 12. This is after you done got extra shots, took a shower, got your massages, and 12, noon. So from noon to 10 in the morning is free time.
Word.
So when you watch NBA players, like, yo, how he ain't getting better? Because he's sitting at home.
He ain't working.
Sitting at home playing video games. Like when you get to those next levels, even college, you got to understand, like, if I'm one and done, for this one and done, this is what I need to be doing. You know, I need to figure out how to get better. You know what I mean? I done did 5 classes today. I'm kind of tired. I still got to get extra shots in because team practice does not get you better individually.
Yeah, never.
So you're gonna have to get your individual work in, on your own. So, and then the next level, same thing. It's you are your own business. You know what I mean? You have to sit there like, yo, all right, trainer, we're gonna work out. This day, come in and shoot free throws on this day. Like it's really just fine tuning your game every single day. Or, you're just gonna be sitting there playing video games all day. Cause you got nothing else to do. It's one of those lives where you're gonna get there and be like, man, practice is tomorrow at 10. This is boring. Because it's not like college where, you're going, you get to go to the student union and sit there all day, have fun, go to classes, and you're interacting. You have nothing to do.
Yeah.
But sit in the gym. That's why you can tell who sits in gyms. Their game changes overnight. You know what I mean? So it's just, you set a plan, you set goals, and you attack them.
Josh, I know you're not in college yet, but I don't know who in college goes and hangs out at the student union. Not anymore.
I don't even know what the student
don't do
union
that.
is.
It's just word of advice. Don't do that.
Oh, yeah, I don't think people do that.
Yeah.
Nobody do?
It's not.
I don't think
Maybe they did it. Maybe they did it.
Yeah, maybe back
Arizona.
then, I don't think so.
That's
Maybe
where everybody
Arizona.
go eat lunch. Everybody got to eat, so that's what you do.
No, I don't.
Student union. Anyway, but so you are an incoming freshman, incoming college athlete. What is your approach now from what Gil said, before you enter this college era as a player? What are you going to use in that time as a launching pad in college?
To be locked in. I told Hurley, like, when I first committed, I was like, whatever you got, like, give it to me. Like, push me. Like, 'cause I don't think I've been, like, pushed hard enough. I think I've kind of, like, relied on myself to, like, push myself to make sure I've gotten better. But as far as having a coach, my high school coach is good, but I think to go to, like, a college and then get, like, an NBA brain, and then he went to Duke, and then for him to pass on whatever he has to me, that's gonna be perfect. And just for me to handle business. That's why I'm there. 9 months. If I gotta be there for 2 years, I'm trying to handle business.
Yeah,
for sure.
that is the key. Like you have to keep your goal. Like, don't get sidetracked. It's easy to get sidetracked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to go there, play with your brother, and then from there, trying to get to that next journey.
Right.
So you have to put the plan in place. When I went to college, I was gonna be a redshirt. So, I was gonna be a redshirt, and then I was gonna go to 4-year plan and be Jason Terry.
I heard that story.
Yeah, so when I got there, like, all right, let me just go get shots up. So I was so obsessed with just trying to make it 4 years instead of 5 years that I end up taking the 2-card position. Starting, led the team in scoring.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because I was so obsessed with just cutting that 5-year plan into 4 years. You know what I mean? And just 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, running, shooting. When we got in trouble and had to do line drills, that was fun for me. Because I didn't look at it as punishment. I looked at it as I'm just getting more in shape. If I'm sitting here doing line drills every day, who's gonna keep up with me on the other side?
Right.
So I'm sitting here just running. I don't. You know what I mean? So it's just, when you get there, just figure out what your weaknesses. What are your weaknesses?
I got to get my 3 ball back. Probably I need to finishing, like, at the rim. Just, like, having, like, a good layup package. Probably playing off the ball more, just, like, moving. And then I got to get better in the pick and roll, because, like, I never really played with, like a dominant big. Mm-hmm. So just to be able to, like, play in that PNR. That's all it is in the league, pretty much.
Yeah.
So to be able to master that once I get there, that's important.
All right, so right now,
just efficiency too.
Right now, college is gonna force you to move without the ball anyway.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get that just being in college. When it comes to working on your layup package, spend the first 20 minutes just layups. You know how you warm up? Mm-hmm. You just work on layups, just the first 20 minutes every single day before practice. Just, when you're warming up, just work on spinning and getting the feel of it, just getting that movement. Because to be honest, at your level, how often do you do layups? when you're training. You're dunking them. You're dunking everything.
I stopped dunking them though. I was like, it's no point in me dunking. It don't take no skill to dunk. So I'll Euro, I'll hop step, do stuff like that.
That's what I said. So the first 20 minutes, you just work on getting the feel because when we're working out, for some reason we lose the feel of the first like 8 feet, 9 feet. So if you're not really practicing floaters and training on floaters, you lose that touch. So like somebody like Kyrie and why can't I think of his name? DC, Strickland, Rod Strickland, layup packages for days. Like Rod was probably the best. He's the one who taught Kyrie. You know, that all them spins and stuff, just work 20 minutes every day, just working on them. You know, Steve Nash, same thing. First 20 minutes of practice, he just worked on all the little weird stuff. You know, it's just like getting better. Like you can work out for a year and not actually get better at anything. You know what I mean? Like you think you're getting better, but you're not. Right. Like whatever you're good at now, just you don't really need to work on that no more. You know, you work on the things that you're not good at. That's what actually gets you better. You know what I mean? So if you have 6 things that you need to work on, try to knock out 2 of them this summer. And then work on that during the year. Next summer, before the draft, 2 more. After your first year, 2 more. You know, it ain't, I'm gonna work on all 6 of these. You know, that's not how that works.
Right.
You know what I mean? Take 1, 2, and then just focus on that the whole time. Then once that's in your package, work on another package. You know what I mean? That's why I hate like the new trainers now, because most of these new trainers what they're teaching you, they've never actually done it. You know, they got all this skill that they watch from YouTube and they practice on. They've never done it in games. So they don't know how they work. They'll give it to you and they don't teach you how to execute it because they've never executed it. You know what I mean? So you have, you know, most of these kids have all these tools. Everyone's a go-to guy. When in reality there's only one and a half go-to guys on the team. But everybody's go-to guy in training.
Right.
So now you got all this training, you're doing all these things, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna sit you in a corner. And you've never ran off 1 pick in the last year of practice.
Right.
And you sitting there like, nah, this ain't what I do. I'm not atmosphere. You know what I mean? I'm a player, just put the ball in my hand. So, you know, like when I trained as a 2 guard. Yeah, because since I'm the point, I have the ball. So I'm gonna train as a 2 guard. So I did all my workout stuff was all 2 guard stuff. Coming off the pick and roll, coming off the picks, coming off pin downs, spot shooting, curl shooting. So if we ever had a point guard come in that can push me to the 2, I was Klay Thompson. You know what I mean? And that's why Klay and Steph work so well together, because Dame and CJ, because they both know exactly the same positions. So that's what I said. So you got to look at the same thing. You got to know your players better than they know themselves.
Right.
And it's also time for you, right? Like there's things, obviously you can do all this stuff, but what you're focusing on, even talk about your layup package, things that you have to simulate, things like contact, things like going at a game speed. Just there's differences to what you're doing out there. That's where you're saying you need to get into more.
Yeah, probably. I mean, high school is like it's high school. You feel me? Like it's time for like a challenge. I think I'll really be tested now because like I'll see how good I really am. Once I know I'm good, but I'll really see when I get to college, and that's where I'll be able to tell like what I really need to get better at. Because I mean, high school basketball is just.
What's so funny? This is the funny part. This is the funny part. College is just gonna be just as easy as high school. It's the same players.
Yeah, it's true.
It's the same players. I mean, yeah, they might be bigger. There might be better players, but at the end of the day, it's the same group. So if your mindset is if I dominated them here, what changes here? If I'm working, nothing.
Ain't no difference.
Yeah, no. Like if I was bopping you here, you gonna get bopped here.
For sure.
There's no difference.
For sure.
And that was what I found out when I was going through that transition, because I'm thinking the same thing, like, man, it's a total different spot, right? And then, you know, when I'm getting there and I'm watching practice, like I'm sitting there watching like, man, he can't even stick the crossover still. Like, he's go out there, hit him with he still goes for that. It's still the same. Like, yeah, you went through 1 year of college, but you still can't. And then now your confidence goes up. Like,
sure.
like soon as you dunk on a big man, you're gonna be like,
that's what I'm waiting for.
That's what I said. As soon as you dunk on the
for.
big man, because remember back in college, they're forced to jump.
Yeah.
The difference, the only thing that like slows you down is just when teams play zones. That's it.
That's where that jumper come in.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
work
working
on the
at.
jumper, work on your mid-range.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It's like, it's two different worlds. And I tell kids, when kids have NBA talent, sometimes you just got to get through this round. You just got to get through this round because, this round might be difficult, but this round is where your skill level's at.
Right.
Somebody like Zach LaVine comes off the bench. It comes off the bench. In the NBA, he's the best player to ever play on that team.
Yeah. Yeah, some guys are just like better.
They're just NBA players, they're not college players.
Better pros than college players, yeah.
And it's the idea of it's almost like a video game. Like high school, you got that level, check.
Mm-hmm.
College, let me check off this level and get, pros, obviously it's a whole new ball game, but you fit in at that level, it works.
You just gotta, sometimes for your skill level, I just gotta do enough. Like if you look at any James Harden, you wouldn't have thought this would have been a James Harden from that.
No chance.
You know what I mean? Because it's just two different, the floor's opened up, his one-on-one skill level works so easy right here. You pack it in zone, a bunch of tryhards, who ain't gonna, you know what I mean? They gonna sit there in the zone and, that lane's packed, but now when he gets to shimmy, there ain't nobody there, it becomes.
That lane is open.
Yeah,
Lane is
getting
open.
bopped.
This year is tough too because you were named to McDonald's All-American, Jordan Brand Classic, the Nike Hoop Summit. Obviously, because of the pandemic, those games didn't happen. But that's another example of where you can come out of high school before you go to college and you can measure yourself against all these other guys in the country that you didn't get exposure to.
I didn't make it to McDonald's. I was number 100. I'm proud of that. I ain't gonna lie, I'm proud of that number.
He squeezed in there.
I squeezed right there, like I'm the last one. I'm like,
You made it.
You know what I mean? So I didn't get to really. So most of those guys that was on this, I'd never ever seen them until we played in the NBA, which is crazy because AAU wasn't how it was.
Yeah.
Now. So back then, like some of those teams, they were playing in elite circuits. So unless we seen them in like Bigfoot Vegas or they came down here, like I'd never seen like Joe Johnson was like top 10. I'd never seen who he was. Or didn't even know he existed until draft time.
Right.
Now you have the internet. So you really get to like, is that real? Is that highlight like looking good?
I was gonna say, are the mixtapes?
Is it a mixtape good or is it a?
It's mixtape.
You never know.
I don't even watch like most of the kids in high school. I promise you, I'd be so focused on what I'm doing and getting my grind on. I don't even I tried to watch a high school mixtape the other day. I couldn't get through it. I was like, I don't keep up with a lot. I think I keep up with like maybe like one person. And that's Jalen, because that's my bro. But I really don't unless I know you like based off the strength. I'm not really watching. I just haven't been paying too much attention to high school like that.
You don't.
It doesn't.
You don't.
But even that idea, is it even valuable to watch a mixtape, to study your opponent?
No.
Really?
Because if you're that guy, you're gonna be with those guys at those USA camps, at the academy. Potentially could have been McDonald's. Like when I see you, like that's just what it is.
Oh, think about it. Mixtape is a music video.
But okay, even
That's
with
entertainment.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say with a
entertainment.
mixtape, like say a mixtape, you can get an idea of what he likes to do. Because you gotta remember, it's all his plays that he's made. So you can see if he's a left-handed favorite guy, what if he jumps off, if he's an awkward jumper, if he likes to pull up. You can gauge it depending on what you're trying to look for. If you're just looking for highlights and see if he's good or not, then you don't get that sense because it's a highlight tape. We all supposed to look good. But you can see, okay, like out of these 12 clips, 11, he favored his left hand. Okay. So when you do face him, you know no matter what he do, he wants to go back left.
How many times do you see your jump shot in the mix in your Ball is Life mixtape? I watched maybe 3.
Dude, and the thing about it is, the dunking is cool. That's what I'm saying. It's entertainment.
It's pretty to watch.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun stuff for comments and stuff like that. But I'd rather see a jump shot. I'd rather see a jump shot. That dunking, that's cool. I like it. It looks dope. But I'd rather see a jump shot.
Because think of the thousands that you put up. So that's
I'm not
so
a dunker.
refined.
I'm a basketball player. I'm not a dunker. I hoop. So dunking, I do it, but I think I shoot the ball more than I dunk in games. So, but they post what they want to get at people.
That's an Arizona State answer for you.
Stop saying Arizona State. You can't talk about them.
It's all right, bro. Forks up.
But we also the thing that we mentioned talking about swag, and it's an LA thing. Let's just face that. But you come in the idea. I want to hear the story of this that fish and guppies, right? So Jaygup is your handle, all right. And what's the story behind that?
So my brother Pat was like coming up. He was like in high school. We got big lips, so they called him Fish. And then I think we were all just chilling. Like one of his big bros, one of my big bros too. And he was just like, yeah, Pat, big fish. My brother K was a little fish, and then it was like I was the guppy. So I think I was just at a camp. I was already just going by guppy. Then I cut it down to gup. It was killer gup. Like then one of the homies was just like he just started calling me Jaygup, and I was like, oh, that's hard. So I just ran with it.
It's a killer gup.
But a guppy isn't like the toughest fish in the ocean.
Nah, but I was the.
But it grows.
I was
telling me it grows.
I was the baby. So
eventually it goes. It becomes the megalodon of the water.
Right, and I think and guppy means a million fish. So you feel me, millions. You feel me? You get these M's for sure.
I like that.
So you come into it with your own nickname. You have the logo here.
For sure.
Think of that, girl. That's it's a different level now that you're coming in as your own package.
It's just me. Like I don't know. I've always been like just super like flamboyant with who I am. I think I've always been like just that stylish kind of kid. Before like branding was anything, I was putting on clothes, shoes, and stuff like that. I was in my brother Patrick's closet when I was like a size 11 and he was a 14. I couldn't even fit his stuff, but I was going through his stuff, putting his shoes on. I just always been like into clothes and shoes and stuff.
Also, I think that's because you're younger. The younger of the siblings, you look up to what the older ones have, and you want to be like them. So it's like, oh, if I have to dress like them, or come up with my own thing to fit in.
Yeah, I always took my own stuff. I'd be like, okay, he dresses, but because we all dress. I dress way different than all my brothers. Patrick's like super like elegant. Caleb is like straightforward, and I think I'm the one that could like more creative with my stuff.
Do you watch other guys, like a guy like a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, or the young guys that make a statement, and when you get there, you want to be one of those guys?
I mean, yeah, I look at their outfits. They have a couple, like, some solid outfits, but I mean, I wear clothes for me, so like, I'll put on what I like. It's cool to see those guys, but I'm gonna wear what I like at the end of the day.
You know the funny thing about their outfits? It's only the 15 minutes you see them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's so funny. Like it was to the point where I was buying suits, and I'm sitting here like, why am I spending money on suits? No one sees me. I go to the gym too early for the cameras. And then on the road, same thing. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if anyone ever noticed that I don't actually wear clothes. So I was coming to the gyms like this. But because I was getting in the gym so early, no one ever seen me. So the cameras didn't pick me up because, on the road, I go there at 3:30.
Yeah.
Same thing. Dirk never wore suits. Steve Nash never wore suits. Tim Duncan never wore, because they're in the gym so early that why did you spend clothes on?
Most of the time you only wear this stuff once anyway. Like I have t-shirts that I'll spend money on and I'll only wear it once and it'll just be there. I was like, dude, like
you don't have to.
Yeah, but you see it.
That's fashion.
That's fashion. When you like something, you get it and you live with it. You don't ask the questions. You just
that's
you
that age group, boy. We wore this shit. Like if I wore this shirt and it looked nice, I'm wearing it tomorrow.
No, I'll wear a dope shirt that I'll be waiting for. Once I wore a shirt. I was waiting for it about like 6 months, and then I finally got it, wore it once. I haven't touched it since.
Well, there's another direction it can go in, and we can give some more backstory to it. You played on the Drew League team. Do you know about this? Okay, he played on the Drew League team, most hated, with Nick.
You posted a video of me one time.
Was you there? Because I thought it was Nick, and I got mad. Like, yo, wait a minute, bro. I thought this was you. That I'm trying. This ain't even your style.
Yeah.
This is your chance now. We can go back to that.
I didn't know what was going on, but like I was like, okay, for me, a grown man, I was like, his Instagram, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going cool. It's cool. It's whatever. I saw me. I was like, okay, that's okay.
Kind of weird, but
because I was like, yeah, got my brother Nick trying to go to the what's the name, and I'm realizing, like. Man, I thought this ain't no nigga. He don't move like this no more. I'm thinking this throwback nigga over there dunking on everybody.
People were commenting in there, and they're like, "Hey, this is Josh." I was like, "Okay, cool." People are saying it for me, so there's no reason for me to address. I was like, "That's cool. He'll realize."
And he didn't. Obviously, Nick didn't correct.
Right.
Very true. But the thing about Nick and what you said to him about his perspective on looking good and feeling good, and that's really who he is as a player and as a person, Also, can you spend too much time on that? You're overthinking that.
No. Well, for an NBA lifestyle, no. Because you got to remember, you have 22 hours to yourself.
Right.
That's what you have 22 hours. So the hobbies, you don't realize you need a hobby. You
have to have them.
This is what people don't understand. Like it's technically like being homeless for 22 hours a day. Because you go to work for 2 hours. If you go to work for 2 hours. Like if you was watching the Clippers and Doc, we're 30 games into the season and Doc said Kawhi Leonard and Paul George hasn't practiced together. No one caught it. No one caught what he said. They haven't practiced. So what are y'all doing then? If these two, y'all done played 17 games together and these two hasn't practiced together because they're only doing individual work. The team work you think James Harden and Houston, they going through the same play every day? James Harden, you get up there and you about to bop, bop, bop. Everybody gonna sit around. You don't need to have a team practice for that. You know what I mean? Just get individual work. So you have to have something. Jason Richardson was a DJ. He spent on a plane, in his room, he spent his whole time making DJ mixes for summer. That's what he spent his whole time on. You had Jared Jeffries with fishing, so he's trying to go find lakes. You gotta like try to craft some of that time out. Like you can go, like there's some teams, you can go like 3 or 4 days without a team practice. Lakers, Golden State. Like you didn't go, if you get a veteran coach who played in the NBA, you gonna go through some days where you ain't practicing 2-3 days. Yeah, y'all had 2 games. My rookie season, coach got so mad that our team was horrible. He said, no more practice. So you're a rookie talking about no more practice? What? I'm driving to LA. Like let's say it's Friday, we don't play again until Tuesday, no practice. Hitting Sunset Boulevard. I drive all the way down here. I drive all the way down here on the boulevard, go get to one of the little car washes, clean up all the little bugs, be hitting the strip. When it's over, drive all the way back.
Yeah, that's
crazy. And then come back Saturday to do it again, because I was dumb enough, I wasn't smart enough to get a hotel.
Right, no, for sure. Why don't you just fly? Huh? Why don't you just fly?
You want to show off his car.
I want to show off my car. Powder blue.
As a young guy, you're not really ready for that, because you're thinking, I've lived and breathed basketball all day, every day. For so long.
No, I'm trying to get something crazy when I get it on the league.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta be, you have to have a plan, you know what I mean? You gotta have rules.
Yeah.
I mean, rules is like, as an NBA player going in, rules, your brother, your family, all stick by the same rules, understand the rules, and don't break the rules. From there, you have no limit, you know what I mean? Like I used to have a rule that there's no phones on game day. Like no phones on the whole game day, there's no phones. Because I realized that there's nothing that's gonna come good there's nothing someone's gonna text me that's gonna actually have me play well. You know what I mean? There's nothing no one's, you're gonna get the ball 47 times. There's nothing that can come through this text that's gonna make you play well. But there can be something on the text that can make you play bad.
Right.
So there's nothing like tickets, dad, brother, y'all figure that out. Whoever need tickets, y'all figure that out, or do it the night before. Don't call me about tickets on game day. Game day is just for me to just focus. I'm gonna watch my movies, eat my food. Don't even talk to me on game day. I need my thoughts to be pure.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's how I was on game day. You know what I mean? So I didn't talk to the media before game. Y'all don't need to tell me, what the question y'all gonna ask me that's gonna make me, oh yeah, you didn't pass the ball, how do you feel? Like, I don't wanna hear none of that shit before the game. I don't want to hear none of that. If I'm selfish, let me be selfish, bro.
Right.
I was going to the game thinking about shooting 30 shots, and you over here talking about passing and team ball. Fuck my whole game up. You know what I mean? And that's that's how I approached it. And then, I was so into like preparation that I ate the same food on game day at home, drove the same way. I don't care if there was a car blocking my path. If this is the lane I was in and then something happened to this car, I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna move, we're gonna help move it to this side so I can go by, goddammit, because I'm not, I don't know what that's gonna do to my game. You know what I mean? And it was just one of those, and I was just, I was just into it. I was just so superstitious. It was just one of those things. Like once I seen like, oh, I didn't use my phone today. I had 40.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Is that the biggest difference at the pro level? Your mental. Really,
Every level.
They said it's 90% mental, 10% physical.
Everyone. Remember, everyone has a resume. Everyone was someone. If you're at this, remember, this is the level everyone's trying to get to. So if you take someone like PJ Tucker, if you look at his high school resume, I'm probably sure like, damn, that motherfucker was that good? He's a role player here, right? And then you have James Harden, who came off the bench to, KD and Westbrook. Now look at him. It's the mental part of it. Who's mentally stronger than who? You know what I mean? Who accept challenges, who backs down from challenges. You got all the Tigers in one stage. And who can kill who? Who's gonna be tougher than who? You know what I mean? It ain't, when people say, well, he beat him and I beat him, that means I'm better than him. Well, no, that's not technically how that works. He lost to him because he has something over him. You have something over him, what makes you better than him. You know what I mean? It's just matchups. If you hit that matchup right, like when people said, oh, Kobe's a great defender, and I'm like, not to me. Not to me. He's great in possessions. He can't move left or right faster than me. So any crossover, I'm gonna get him if I just blow past him. So as a defender, yeah, he's A1. Not to me. You know what I mean? Raja Bell, he's A1. Not to me. You know what I mean? So it's like, so when those defensive players came, it's like, oh, I got 40 tonight. I hated the lazy defender.
You can score, you gonna score.
Yeah, that's what I said. I hated the lazy defender. Because the lazy defender, when you try to cross over it, he wasn't planning on moving anyway. So he just did this. Boop. Try to like cross up a lazy defender. They don't go nowhere because they don't want to play no defense. You know what I mean? It's that overhype when you get,
when they start dancing with you.
Because he's gonna go for everything. I hated the lazy defender. That's the ones who stopped me.
He put so much effort into that shake that he just one half-ass reach.
And he ain't going for that. Crossover, boop. Like, God damn it.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
So you mentioned this, that when you get there, you have something in mind. What do you want to accomplish beyond basketball?
Nothing basketball.
Well, basketball can get you there, let's face it.
Yeah, for sure. So I want my grandkids to be able to eat off my name, like without a doubt. Like they can do whatever they want, but like make sure my grandkids are set. So it's like to be extremely, extremely financially stable. Probably getting into my own kind of fashion stuff. That would be a big deal. For some reason, like I've been like thinking I can get into entertainment. I don't know.
That's the LA kid for you.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. I've always thought like that, but like it's just been like a thought. Like maybe I could be an actor one day. I don't know yet. We'll see. I don't know. It's just like crossing my mind lately. Maybe write a book too, something like that. So,
like a biography or a
probably
story?
My English teacher told me, like, I think I wrote an essay and she was like, one day I think you should write like a book on your life, like when it's all said and done. It's like you have like a really like fun, active like writing style. So I don't know, that's been on my mind too. So I don't know. We'll see. Gotta handle business first though.
Business first?
Okay, well I can help you with those. Put yourself on don't buy a house on your first contract. Don't buy a house on your first contract because you'll be working backwards. Because when you sign your contract, right, let's say you're making $3 million a year. Whatever house you're buying it on credit, right? So you can end up spending, your first year's money on a house and decorating the house and doing all that. And then during that same year, now you're on year 2's money. So you just get your nice little condo, this and this, and let that money bank in. Let that money bank in and bank in so you can see what goes in, goes out. Put yourself on an allowance, reasonable allowance, right? You know, I need $5,000, $10,000 a month for spending, you start doing little things like that, trust me, it'll build. Because, if you're making $150,000 a month and your free money is 10 plus bills is another, let's say 15, that's only 25,000 gone. That means you're banking, another 120, it's bank. You know what I mean? You don't really have that's why I said, don't get into the house just yet, wait. They said Jordan didn't buy a house for his first 7 years. Same thing, LeBron lived in a condo for most of his first years of Cleveland days. It's just them big purchases that make you buy credit. Just try to stay out of that credit realm.
Yeah.
When it comes to like entertainment, just be you.
Facts.
Be you. Just be be that loving dude, the smiling dude. You know what I mean? Because everyone's looking for the next personality.
Yeah.
What face can I sell to women? It ain't always about basketball. Who can I sell to women? What face can I sell to women? Because remember, women spend the most outside. Like that when your clothing brands come, it's them. It's so they're gonna push the faces. Like I wanna push the faces.
I got the faces.
You know what I mean? You gotta push the faces, and you might have to trim that down a little bit. You might have to trim it down just a little bit.
Look, man.
It's a new look.
It's a trend.
Nah, eventually I'm gonna wait till it gets out of pocket.
I'm gonna tell you, they don't say it. They don't be saying it. But if you look at everyone they push, do they have hairstyles?
No, yeah, I know. I know.
I don't want, it's weird. Well,
I know.
I'm listening.
Nah, that's a fact, bro.
Clean cut.
Yeah.
That's America's clean cut. Think about Bosch. Bosch didn't get all that endorsement money until what he did.
He cuts
until he cut his hair. And I mean, the only person who who kind of gets away with it
Dennis.
Nah,
Iverson.
Kawhi.
Iverson.
Iverson didn't have not one endorsement deal besides Reebok.
I was gonna say Reebok.
That's it. Iverson couldn't get because he wouldn't get rid of his tattoos for nothing. Don't.
Well, you can't get rid
Same
of tattoos.
thing with LeBron. If you notice, LeBron early didn't really have, the NBA wasn't pushing LeBron like that. They was pushing D-Wade. D-Wade was clean. You know what I mean? Steph Curry's clean. So they push, they're trying to sell to the masses. They trying to sell to the masses. They're trying to sell you worldwide.
Right.
So you gotta be worldwide sellable. I'm trying to
The
make
other thing
$1 billion.
You want to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Whereas a guy like Kawhi is guarded, and he wasn't really looking for those things. Maybe he doesn't have the same interest like you're talking about. So that's on him. He just wants to hoop. Really, let's face it, he's a hooper.
You do you.
Sure.
You gotta go at like Westbrook. I go after all these. You don't want these deals? I go get them.
No, sure.
I go get them. I'm an elite. I'm gonna go get them.
And even the idea of entertainment, it's also a great outlet. I talked to Dame Lillard about this, and he was, what he does with hip hop. Yeah, it was. Look, he said, I don't want to be a rapper full time, but it's an outlet for me because I don't play basketball 24 hours a day. That's what people think you do. Yeah. But for me, it's like if I want to unplug, I'll go write something.
Go to the studio. That's what I'm saying. That's his
hobby.
That's his hobby that clears him from the space because people really think you spend 24 hours working out. They thinking when you comment, then you always on the Instagram. Shouldn't you be working on your game? Wait, what?
I already worked out twice today.
I already worked out twice. It's a full day. What are you talking about?
Because it's not a 9-to-5 job, but there's plenty of hours that you put into it, more than a 9 to 5.
But that's what I'm saying. The average person thinks it's a 9 to 5. That's the problem. Even though it's a 2-hour, 45-minute job. That's you know what I mean. That's really all it is. It's you have to want to be great. There's no coach that's going to help you be great. There's no trainer that's gonna have your talent, that's gonna say, yeah, this is what you need to do. Like, nah. If he averaged 6 points, his mindset is 6 points. He can't help me past 6 points. Like, I don't care what he's talking about. Whatever he says is worth 6 points. And that's how I looked at my coaches. Like I asked him, yo, how much you average? 8? You want me to do what? Pass the ball? All right. Shot. I'm doing the opposite of what he just said. That's 6 points. That's a 6-point mindset right here. This is, that's how I looked at it. You know what I mean? If a dude averaged 30, I'm going to, if I'm trying to average 30, I'm going to listen to what he's saying.
Right.
If he averaged 6 and he was 12 assists and I'm a scorer, I don't want to hear nothing he talking about. If I want to be John Stockton out this motherfucker, yeah. But other than that, I'm a scorer. I'm going to listen to me.
That's a fact.
And Josh, for you, you open yourself up to exposure at all things, not just basketball, but we'll bring it back to basketball, is you put yourself in situations where I think you said you want to be uncomfortable because that will allow you to grow and allow you to be better. Playing up like with the Drew in the summertime, or you play in Dykeman, or like going all over the country that you can learn from and take from other players. Who are the guys that you're working with that you're drawing from?
As far as
learning from their game.
I for sure watch your stuff. Kobe for sure, a lot of footwork stuff. I think as far as my fun side of basketball, I watched a lot of Nick growing up too. I watched a lot of Nick without a doubt.
Where do you think he got that from? Nick was serious, right, when he came in?
Who?
Nick.
No.
No?
Nick was Nick. No.
According to him, though.
No, Nick was...
He would have been somebody else if he wasn't with you.
No, Nick was what Nick was.
That's on the record.
Nick, silly was in, that's what Nick came in as.
Okay, so it was sillier than Silly on 100 when he met you, but okay, so Nick?
Yeah, so Gil, Lou Will, PG, Kobe, Jordan. Yeah, that's like the basis of the guys that I like to watch, for sure.
You should watch, just for someone who's not you, right? Yeah. You take away all the athleticism, and he had to go watch someone like Joe Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one.
Watch Joe Johnson on how he came off pick and roll. Yeah. Like, he was amazing in the pick and roll game. The only ones you named, they're so different than, how you play, and that's how you get better. Just watching how he uses the screen and roll, because he doesn't have this. Watching the setup, watching, his finishing move, watching his feet. You know what I mean? And that's how you do it. It's like when people talk about Kobe, right? Like, oh, he wasn't as great as Jordan. That wasn't the point. The point was he was competing with that greatness in his mind. So as long as he's at the top, it forced him to get better every year. I'm watching Jordan this year, okay? His 98 season, his 99 season, like year by year, he's challenging himself against Jordan. No one else in the NBA, because no one in the NBA, the rest of the NBA wasn't on the level of Michael Jordan, so why am I competing with them? They're just in my fucking way, is how he looked at it. They're in my way. I'm competing against Jordan's stats every year. And that's how he did it.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? So you get something, even if it's Kobe, it's Jordan, and this is who I'm going against. This is who I'm going against. I'm not going against y'all.
You don't think he was just as good or better than Jordan? No?
It's rare air. I'll give it that.
Okay.
I like Kobe, bro.
Close.
I like Kobe over Jordan.
See, it's hard because evolution gives Kobe more moves.
Yeah.
More creativity.
Yeah, he had way more creativity than Jordan.
But when it comes to engines, just the body type.
I wouldn't say way more.
No, what I'm saying, but the body type himself.
Yeah.
You're talking about someone who had a 46-inch vertical versus someone who had a 38-inch vertical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's, someone who has fast twitch muscles like Westbrook versus white boy player.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, so it was two different body styles. If you just took away the game and all the attributes and you say, all right, who do you want to be? And you're looking at their body type, you're going, oh shit, this one. I don't want no parts of it. This one is average. He just had a motor of wanting to be great.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, now you got a Honda chasing a Bugatti. And that's what it is. That's a Bugatti, I'm a Honda, and I done willed my way to get to a Lamborghini. Because if I wouldn't have looked at that Bugatti, I probably would have stayed a Honda.
Yeah.
But because I'm chasing him and I want to be as great as that, my engine's getting bigger, just trying to keep up with it. And that's what got him inside I'm one of the greatest rooms. He didn't have to be, I'm the greatest. I got in the room. Y'all didn't think I was getting into this room. I'm in the room. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
But for what Josh was saying about Kobe and the thing about Jordan was he had the freakish factor where his layup package was stuff that you really wouldn't, it was all reactionary.
Sick.
He'd go up under and then hang and put spin up, where Kobe really wouldn't look at it that way. He's more of a perfectionist.
Yeah. It's the Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, super freaks. And then you have Mayweather. That's Kobe. Kobe's a Mayweather.
Right.
I'm not the biggest, the strongest, but I'm gonna perfect my style and my craft versus these guys are just they're God-given
They had that athletic advantage.
But what is it for you about Kobe that stands out above everybody else?
I don't know, man, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like maybe Jordan was ahead of his time, but I feel like he wasn't pushed as much as, I feel like Jordan didn't play as good as competition as Kobe did. Like I watched clips against when they played the Pistons. The whole bad boys thing, it was cool, but
They just beat him up.
that wasn't basketball. That wasn't basketball. They were trying to kill him, literally. Yeah. Like if I go on a court, I never played basketball before, and you tell me go F him up, that's not gonna be hard. I just gotta make sure I hit him.
But but think of it like this: how you looked at high school is how Jordan was in the NBA. Because I'm so much.
He was just ahead of his time.
My attributes, you gotta remember, his attributes, the closest person that came to his vert since him is Zach LaVine, 45. Vince was 44.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're talking about some guy who's still the highest jumper in NBA history.
Yeah,
still.
sick.
So you can see when he decided to go, there's really no force that was stopping him. So he made it look like high school.
So he was just ahead of his time then, just period.
If you drop, this is what I used to tell people. Okay, let's drop Jordan here and give him all of Kobe's creativity.
Oh, that's a problem.
Right? Now, what does Kobe's lacking all of Jordan's natural ability? You know what I mean? And that's the one thing.
Those God-given gifts.
He's just so physically gifted than everybody else. That was the problem.
And
your hands, that's Jordan's hands. Kobe had his hands. That's why you never seen Kobe sitting
He can still pound the ball though.
You never seen Kobe doing that.
Not the Jordan.
Jordan was putting it all
because he
over
didn't
here.
he didn't have big hands. He wasn't that fast. So when you're lacking something, you have to make it up. So when you say, oh, Kobe had more skill, yeah, Kobe needed more skill. Because Kobe couldn't just dribble and just jump over everybody. He couldn't come in the lane and do all, so he had to come with the pump fakes and hesitations and reverse spins because he had to figure out how to get that shot off.
Right.
It wasn't like, it's like Kyrie versus Westbrook. They're both in the same era, but one just says, I don't need all that shit. I just, meet me at the rim type of game. The other one is I've got to shake and bake you. And,
he has to.
He has to do it.
But the thing about Kobe, he also had the commitment to do that, the dedication to work on his skill. Where there's guys, and no shade to him, but guys like a Vince Carter or Iguodala, they're just freak athletes.
Yeah.
I feel like
imagine if they put that into it, which again, when you're a freak athlete, you don't really have to.
But when you have that bounce, bro, your potential's out of the roof, bro. And you have that athleticism. It's just what you build.
So think of what Jordan did with that.
But that's the problem. Like, if you take Vince, right, and you take Vince and said, all right, I'm gonna take all your attributes and we're gonna give you Kobe's mindset. Vince would have been considered the GOAT. Because his attributes was almost better than Jordan's.
Right.
because he had bigger hands, longer arms. I mean, his 1-2 bounce, his shot, his creativity. Like he just didn't have the mind and heart to want to be as great as that. You know what I mean? And some guys just, it's so easy to them that I don't need to work on that, man.
Everybody don't care like that.
Yeah,
once you get in there, oh no, I'm trying to be in that room. For sure, I'm trying to be in that room.
As long as you want to be in that room, that means you're going to put the work in to be in it. You're going to be in it.
I'm trying to be in that room.
You're on the way to it.
For sure. If I'm going to do something, put my all into it. Like, I'm going to try to get the best out of it. No point.
Some more game recognizes game there for what you've seen on Josh. Okay, it's not Nick, what you posted. What have you seen in his game? Who are some other guys that you want him to study?
Like for him, because he has that D-Wade power style. Like he had that D-Wade, like the way he hit lanes and hits the basket. That's why I told him, like, watch like Joe Johnson, people who are slower. Because, trying to get all the fundamental in. It's like, you don't need to prepare for what you do now. Right now, you're a freak of nature. You prepare for when you're slowing down in life. So if you already put it into your body, when you do slow down, it doesn't affect you.
Right.
Same thing with Jordan. He learned to turn around and the back to the basket, all this way before he slowed down. So when he turns 40,
easy.
he averages 20 points a game. You know what I mean? There's a reason. So you're preparing for now, but you're preparing for the future. With your skill level. So you watch guys who have to use more footwork than their natural ability.
Mm-hmm.
I got one I brought up, and I didn't think you'd like it, but if you watch a younger Milwaukee, Seattle Ray Allen. People remember him as the shooter that he was in Miami.
He was very athletic when he first came in.
I seen a couple clips.
And just his release was so quick. And that's the thing that takes a lot of work to get hit. His shot that it got refined to when he was older, but when he was younger, his release was so quick, and that was his really ultimate weapon.
I'll take a look.
He was a rival, that's why.
I'll take a look.
You're hours in the gym.
He jumped too high. He jumped too high, which tired him out for the fourth quarter. So I already know my game plan with him.
But jumped too high because he was a jumper.
You got to remember, the more energy you're using, the more injury you're wasting.
Right. I don't even want to dunk the ball. I do, but I don't.
No, listen. You got to remember, every time you're putting on a show.
Yeah.
There's one thing that you got to look at from that Jordan thing is, remember, every time you step on the floor, you have to play like someone is seeing you for the first time.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Like this is the first time. So I don't know where this person came from. This is the first time this person's seeing me. So, and this might be the last time this person's seeing me. So I need to go out and show. Like I need to go out. Like I remember when Vince Carter was doing that. Vince Carter would be on the fast break and wouldn't dunk. People start booing.
I do remember that.
Yeah. I came here to see you getting funky on the fast break.
It's once you give them something, they gonna keep expecting it. So yeah.
You gotta do you, bro. You gotta do you, man. Like
dunking is fun though, for sure. I just wanna make sure I got it all.
You gotta I'm trying to look. You trying to sell shoes.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You trying to serve merchandise. You need the kids who be like, I need to be going
there. You're right.
He done dunked on 17 people. That's
you're right.
As a non-dunker, dunk anytime you can. Won't have it
right, take it for granted.
All right, Gil, let's do it. It's time for some Ask Agent Zero.
One question, we talked about hobbies. What was your hobby when you weren't playing basketball?
I was a Halo fanatic. So what I used to do is I wired my whole house so I can have tournaments at my house. Oh, wow. So I had it was so ghetto, but it was like, at that point, it was it. Like I had wires coming down the stairs, around a corner, floors of just TVs and Xboxes. And then I just invite people over and we'll just have 16 on 6, just battles. And I'll be up 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
That's all, Halo's online? That's like...
Nah, it was before online. Yeah, no, Halo was online. So it was it was before Call of Duty. it was Call of Duty before.
Right. Yeah, that's straight Xbox though. Halo.
But it was different at the time. It was online, but not like it is now where you were...
You can like connect to parties and stuff like that.
No, you create your own party room.
But you had people in your house to play.
Yeah, we had people in our house. You know, so because we're playing, that's what local, we're gonna call it local. So we'll have 16 on 16 in the house, or we'll have 8 on 8 versus someone else. Big party, or 16 versus 16 online.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it used to be...
That's crazy.
Like hours. I spent hours on it because I didn't have nothing else to do.
I'm like that with Call of Duty. Like when we talking about hobbies, I was like, man, I'll either be looking for clothes, or I'm gonna be on Call of Duty on my PlayStation. Like that's about it.
Yeah, I was so obsessed. I was getting cheap Xboxes.
Yeah.
Like I'll have some like nerd like rig up an Xbox. So like when I shoot the pistol, it's a rocket or a sniper. Like
he was cheating.
So no matter. So imagine Call of Duty,
Yeah.
and any gun you picked up, it's a rocket launcher. Like.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's
So I was cheating like that.
I hate guys like that.
I was cheating, but that's how obsessed
like
I was with that game.
For sure.
Meanwhile, what were who is it? Some of your vets then at that point, was it Karan and Antoine? What were they saying?
Anton.
What were they saying when you?
They're married.
Yeah, so you're up all night playing video games.
I don't know. They don't know I'm in my own house. See, that's the difference. You're not around kids. So depending on what team you go to, depending on what you're introduced to. So, you coming in there and you go to, let's say, team like Toronto, right? Mostly veterans. They got girlfriends, married, kids, so they ain't gonna spend no time. And you ain't they be like, yo, what y'all doing today? Yeah, it's family time.
Yeah, that's boring.
You get bored. That's why somebody like Kawhi Leonard, like, yo, I'm bored here. Like, yo, bring in Paul George or something so I can have somebody to talk to.
Nah, they look like they have fun for sure.
Yeah, because if you don't have nobody that's with you, you don't really.
It ain't gonna be no bond. That's probably how teams start winning too, and they all hanging out and stuff like that.
But when a team like that means that veteran is forcing everybody to all hang out together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like LeBron, we're gonna do Taco Tuesday, we're all gonna go together. So all the people who's married, you gotta remember, he's the older head now. So he's the 35. So everybody who's young is like, no. We're all gonna do it together. Bring your wives, your kids, your girlfriend. Because usually that veteran, he's a family man. So you sitting there 21 like, yo, we going to the club? And he like, nah, whoa, I don't do that no more. Yep. You know what I mean? So, and that's what ends up happening is you get put straight into adulthood. And with so much time on yourself.
That's wild.
But, okay, Jack.
Like, you want to go to a team, to be honest, you don't want to go to a team, but you want to go to a team like the Pelicans.
Nah, you want to have fun.
But that's what I'm saying. You want to go like to stay young.
Yeah.
You want to go to Pelicans because that's all young kids. So you get the all
Phoenix,
vibe. Yeah, you get to all vibe with each other. You get to grow together.
But you could look at it two ways, and also, Josh, defend your generation here. You could go to a team and you say, I want to make my team with the guys that I want to play with. Like that was kind of what LeBron got a bad rap for with Miami, the super team, right? So, but it makes a lot of sense for the fact of chemistry, the way you play together, guys that you want to actually play with and hang out with and live with, like as a professional.
Nobody wants to go to a bunch of strangers, bro.
But everyone's a stranger until you.
Yeah.
But the funny part about we'll take the Pelicans, right? You have all those young kids. The way they're like together all the time,
they're gonna be good.
They're gonna be good. Business is gonna break them up. Because you gotta remember, if y'all good, y'all all balling, y'all are all worth.
Somebody gonna want to pay y'all.
You're all worth. This one dude can't pay you 200.
Look at the Thunder. KD, Russ, and Harden.
Couldn't afford them. $4 million.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's all you
do. They didn't want to. Yeah, I know.
James Harden, all they had to do is match $4 million a year for him.
Oh, he's out of there.
$4 million. You can't match $4 million. That's what I'm saying. The business breaks it up.
He's out of there.
You know what I mean? The business breaks it up.
Yeah.
So, that's why I said sometimes you got to understand it's a business too. Yeah. You got to be a business inside of a business, and you just got to focus on your goals.
Sucks. Maybe you can't get too comfortable while you're there. Don't get too close.
No,
but you gotta enjoy it.
You get comfortable. You get comfortable with getting better.
Yeah.
That's all you get comfortable with, getting better, seeing, the results of all the hard work you put in.
That's the best.
You know what I mean? Because no matter how good you are, though, you average 31, 32, 33. It don't matter how much you have, you gotta get better. Because you gotta remember, if you dog me today and you laughing, I'm training just for you for the next time.
That's a fact.
So you gotta think, everybody you done conquered, they coming. And you just got to keep coming. So you got to keep trying to figure. Like you heard about Jordan on the what's the name? He made up anything to get mad at somebody.
Yeah.
They closed the door too fast. I'm about to get him 50.
He didn't speak to me.
And that's how you have to do it. You gonna go to a team like play against Milwaukee or the Detroit, Memphis. They ain't nothing in the cities. Or some sorry team that's playing against Cleveland, you got to figure out something to get your mind, because you're going to be ready for the LeBrons and the KDs, and you're going to be ready mentally for those. It's some teams where there ain't no star on there. He averaged 4 points. Now you got to get yourself ready for that game. Because you got to remember, he looking at you like, he coming in today.
Everybody trying to make a name. Everybody trying to make a name.
Bop him, so you got to be ready. Like, he said, what about? Oh, okay, I got him. You know what I mean?
If you have that in your character, if you're a fun guy, you could have the idea, like, I'm going to a small market, I want to put on a big show because they don't get this kind of entertainment all the time. Or I go to a Miami, this is a live place. I'm going to step my game up in a live place. You might not be the psychopath that heard somebody said nice game. Well, what do you mean nice game? Kill him next game.
Right. But you got to remember, that's what the NBA is about. You know what I mean? The only thing that separates everyone, your superstars, out of 82 game, they're mentally there 70, 78. Superstars, your all-stars, your all-NBA players, 74. All-stars, 68. And then you have your good, like, man, he could be an all-star, but he should have made the all-NBA, but those are like 62s, 58. Those are the guys you're like, he's nice, but he just never gets over it. He just doesn't get over the hump. Right. Those are the guys that, like, you mentally, they're just not mentally ready all the time. They're they're good for those good games, but when they're not playing someone who's going to challenge them, they check out.
Yeah, that's how it be. Yeah.
All right, Josh, let's get you out on this. So the point is, wherever you're at, enjoy it at any level.
Right.
Always look for that challenge, right? As we said, it comes back to that at any level. That'll keep you, get your business right. Business first, take care of the family. What else you got, Gil?
Don't stay a Sun Devil too long.
I was gonna say 2 of the 3 of us on the couch are cool with you being a Sun Devil. He's just gonna be the way he's gonna be.
I'm trying to get out of there, man.
But you want to be there. You just don't want to stay for too long.
We're gonna try to win.
What is the colors? The Trojan colors?
Maroon and gold.
Yeah, USC, right? You guys are like a copycat of USC.
No, that's like scarlet.
Yeah, ours is like wine. It's wine. It's like a wine color. It's like wine. It's fire, bro. It's tough. I like it.
Look at that.
I mean, red, white, and blue. How original is that?
Huh?
Yeah, unoriginal, Arizona.
And it's Wildcats. Like, it's so many Wildcats in college.
That's
like,
right.
It's so many Wildcats.
There's only one Sun Devil.
And Tucson. And Tucson is boring too.
And there's only one Josh Christopher. The guppy is becoming a big fish.
Big fish.
I don't know if you said that before, but you just said that on your show.
Fish.
The guppy always becomes the big fish.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure. That's how it goes.
I'm aware, the food chain.
It's a fact.
There's always
He's
been
so
big.
not like his culture. Like he don't wear Jordans, Nike socks, bro. You got to have the Jordan socks, bro, or plain.
My culture.
You don't know.
Sorry,
I'm not even gonna get into that with you because he'll wear Adidas pants, a Puma shirt, and Nike shoes.
Yeah,
So
that's not it, but you gotta pick one.
No.
You have to
that just goes.
You have to pick one.
I didn't grow up in your era.
You have to pick one.
I didn't grow up in your era.
So Jordan, Nike, it's all family.
No, you
Actually,
can't
it
do
works.
that. You have to pick one.
I know, but
bro.
I didn't grow up here. I still wear white T-shirts, bro.
No, for sure. I wear white tees too.
No. That's like
all he wears.
That's it. That's like I'm going to the club.
White
that's
tee,
it.
white
I'm going to a
tee.
famous restaurant. White tee. That's
White
clean.
tee.
It's clean with a little jacket over the top.
Yeah.
Like all the other stuff, I just can't.
You can do better than that.
I just can't I don't know how to.
But that white
goofy.
tee, that's culture though. White tee.
It's like I look goofy trying to dress up. Like
yeah, it's like everybody don't got it like that. Hey, sometimes you just got to.
So I don't. That's what Nick be laughing at. I be looking at Nick like, what is them yoga pants at the bottom and like.
He wore a bathrobe to a game.
Yeah, that was tough though. Like, that was hard. that don't care factor.
Don't care. That's worse than saying
don't care factor.
Yeah, that's worse than Duke or Arizona State. Is Nick wearing a bathrobe to a playoff game?
Bathrobe from Target.
I think it was Versace. It was Versace. Yeah, it was Versace.
Give him some credit for that.
Well, I'm gonna be watching.
For sure.
Watching this year.
Got to. We should have some games on TV. Some ESPN games. Appreciate y'all,
man. Listen, go out there, enjoy it.
For sure.
Enjoy your experience in college. You know what I mean? Like try new things. Like, I mean, you know, when you gotta remember that I told you what the NBA looks like. So college, all the friends, make your friends, have fun, that life experience while you're still maintaining, because the real world is different.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, you 1 year, 2 years, enjoy, have fun with your brother. Y'all make memories. You know what I mean? Y'all make those memories, and you know, and then from there, y'all just start going into y'all next chapters.
It's a fact.
There it is. We made some memories today.
There we go.
We enjoyed it.
It was a good one.
For Gilbert Arenas, I'm Mike Botticello. We'll see you next time on No Chill.